The second part of it. So I hope you guys enjoy this. So anyway, we left off at Daniel chapter 10, verse 6, right? So keep that in your head, right? So just keep all of that in your head. So let's go to Revelation chapter 1 and verse 15. Okay? And his feet like unto fine brass. So we just read this so many times that his feet was fine brass. Right? So that's already like what, like strike two, strike three, just a bunch of strikes that they give us when they tell us that the image that we have today, which is a Caucasian male, is our Savior Christ. That's wrong. As if they burned in a furnace, okay? And his voice as the sound of many waters. So we just read this whole verse in Daniel. So we just read this whole verse in Daniel chapter 10, verse 6, what Christ looked like. So John wasn't the only person that saw what Christ looked like. It was also Daniel. Let's go to chapter 2. Let's go to chapter 2 in verse 18. It says more. And unto the angel of the church in Thyatira write, these things save the Son of God, who had his eyes like unto a flame of fire, and his feet are like fine brass. So we keep reading clues and clues and clues and clues. We keep reading clues that if we compare the image to the book, we're not getting a great comparison. We're not getting a great comparison to what this image is and this book says. So who is this white image? Well, I'm going to tell you. If you go to Google, search up Cesare Borgia. He was like a Roman somebody. He was some damn body. I don't know what the fuck he was. And I really don't care who the fuck he was, to be real. But Cesare Borgia was a homosexual, and he dated a painter, a famous painter, the painter that painted Christ, the picture of Christ that we have today. Now, if you guys didn't know, Cesare Borgia's father was Alexander the Pope, the Sixth. He was the sixth. Alexander the Pope took that image and told everybody to worship this picture because he is Christ. But really, it was Cesare Borgia, which is his son. So we gotta tell ourselves, bro. So we really gotta tell ourselves, do we want to just keep being wicked? And do we just want to just be stuck in these lies? Or do we want to come to the book and come to the truth? Because that's all that men will do, is just lie to your face and not care. Because a lot of people want to hear love. A lot of people want to hear falsely stuff to feel good about themselves, because that's how they feel good, is lies. And I'm going to tell you what Christ said about people that lie or people that deceive. Now let's go back to Matthew. Let's go to Matthew chapter 24 and verse 4. Let's see what Christ has to say about these people. And Jesus answered and said unto them, take heed. So what does heed mean? Heed means to pay attention, to listen, to observe, right? That no man deceive you. So like I just said a few seconds ago, deceiving. Don't let anybody deceive you. And it just said man. So what is deceive? To believe something that is not true. And that's what the pastor does. And that's what a lot of people do. They don't come to the book. They just say what they feel. They say what's on their mind. But they don't give you the book. They don't give you nothing that's out of the book but out their mouth. If a person reads out of the book, then he is on the right path. But if a person just reads half of it and then tell you some bullshit, he is deceiving you. Let's go to verse 5. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. So if we think about it, this whole world has been deceived on lies. Have been deceived on lies. And the saddest thing is that people are really okay with it. People are truly okay with it. People don't even care. People's like, oh, well, yeah, Christ is white, so I'm just going to believe whatever the pastor says because he's a good man. When actually he be raping little girls and little boys and all this shit, but you believe him still. Oh, he did wrong. Oh, forgive me. Next, it'll be your child. Your child that you trust in a man. That Christ said that many will deceive him, deceive his works, deceive this book. But no one will ever take heed when it's right in their face. And that is the saddest thing about a lot of people and a lot of churches, because they will deceive many people. They will deceive many people, and people will never, ever take heed. Shalom.